I
What
mean,
would
this
do?
shit,
It's
I ain't
different.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna
What'd you
lie.
say?
Out of all of us here, I'm a straight man, but I can admit when another guy looks good. I think
Okay.
Arcade looks good. I think Arcade looks good. I think he's beautiful, fucking
Hey, man,
beautiful. All of you motherfucker, all of you fucking ugly. Don't kiss my ass, bitch.
Why don't you love me? I never saw your face.
Hey, look, man, listen.
You're a
I know I'm
handsome
ugly, motherfucker. I can admit I'm like, don't kiss my ass, bitch.
I ain't kissing your ass.
I kissed yours, so don't you become pissing mine, bitch. I can admit when I'm fucking ugly, but what makes up for it is my amazing personality. So,
ugh.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
What fucking personality you talking about? Black ain't no Black is not a personality. That's all you fucking identify as.
Oh shit! Oh, I mean, I got a little bit, white in me. My mom, I mean, I've got a white granddad.
I mean, I give you your dose of fucking white guy every fucking night.
Yeah, I mean,
How you doing,
what
sexy?
is it? I'm 75-25.
75 what?
75
You're
black,
quarter black.
25 white. Yeah. Shut
No,
the fuck
quarter
up.
white.
Yeah, he said you're a quarter black.
It's a good ratio.
Yeah. Cause I feel like everybody,
baby.
Minus talent.
I feel like everybody's got to have that little bit of like white spirit in them. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. That white spirit.
Can't wait to hear this.
See, black. No, it's good. I promise you. See, like us black folk. I'm gonna be honest. We don't like.
You mean 3/4 of us black folk?
We're not very adventurous. We don't like to try new things, and we don't like to do crazy shit. Step out of our comfort zone. White people are not afraid to do that, and I feel like everybody needs that little bit in them to, explore different things.
Well,
because if you don't have that in you, and you're just one of those black old folks just sitting around the house doing nothing, then you're gonna live a miserable goddamn life. So,
well, from what I've been told, like black people are raised different because of, they're told not to go outside the boundaries, or else, like respect the law and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like white people
respect the law, because in the news it doesn't show that.
Well, what I mean is, if there's a police officer, you gotta treat it a different way than white people. White people think they're fucking invulnerable. They don't give a fuck. But
I can't speak for all, but I definitely am.
Yeah.
You just change your voice casting thing.
Me?
Oh, never mind.
Trying to sound more white.
No,
I disagree with
just
that.
Really fucking hillbilly. That's all I did. I think 6 froze again.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
you
Should you disagree with that?
Something. Yeah.
Say nothing if you think we're right. Okay.
I have no idea why it does it. It's fucking weird.
I mean, I'm brown. Like, I'm Pakistani. Like, people look at me different. Like, I gotta respect the law or whatever.
Everyone has to.
I think everyone has to respect the law. I mean,
but you're not. That's not instilled in you as a child.
That's not true. That's not true. Didn't even ask us that question, because we have family members that are also police officers that instilled that into us. So it is different, Like, let me ask you this: do either one of you have family members that are police officers? Talking about grandfathers, aunts, or uncles. Not my third cousin twice removed. You do.
I do.
They okay? Like, is this like how old are they? Are they like older or?
He's in his 40s now. He's my uncle.
So like you were younger when he was a cop.
Yeah.
Okay, so he probably instilled some sense of, respecting the law in you. I don't know how much you saw him or whatever, but he probably is the one that instilled even more into you to respect police officers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Like, bro, because I know plenty of white people as well that don't respect. Actually, I know more white people that don't respect cops than I do black people. 100%. Not even kidding.
Isn't that what I'm saying?
And
You know
What are you
more
talking
white
about?
people
No.
that don't respect cops than black people.
no,
That's
no,
what
no.
I'm saying.
What I'm saying is like, so
Because
I think
they're
I think the
discriminated
problem
against. 100%.
it's how it's not a race thing though, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's how you're brought up. Like I said, we're in fucking New
You're brought up
Jersey,
different.
probably the most diversified state. That's why it's different for Six as well. He's in backwoods of Virginia, where right now if he opens up his window, he might hear some cracking. I don't even fucking know. Like, you know what I mean? So like everyone, we're raised in different, like, bro, in my high school, we were the minority. Deadass. The majority of our school was Packy. You know, so
Yeah,
I
cool.
think it honestly comes down to where you were born and raised, because I don't know. I'm not talking about
I get what you
fucking
mean. I get what you mean, but all I'm saying is because of slavery, because of the history, black people have had to they have had to in a way that
Adapt.
white people have not, because I don't know how to say it, but Six, you don't get this feeling? No?
No, yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He freeze again, like, but not froze for anybody
Yeah,
else.
like it's trying to catch up to him, man.
Hold on,
'Cause you
talk
can
again, Six.
Yeah.
His camera's
It's
not
like I'm
keeping
watching
up
an
with
anime.
His camera's not keeping up with his mouth.
it's like a dubbed anime.
I don't know. I mean, when we talk about wait, you all can still see me, hear me, right?
Hello.
I see you, but it's just like
You're like fucking
when you
cracking up
talk,
over there.
when you talk,
Yeah,
it's
because everything is like off right now. Like
reset your camera.
every time you talk, it's
Reset
like
your
3
camera.
3 seconds later, your mouth picks up on it.
Okay, all right. Well, what the fuck ever? You can still hear me.
And now he froze.
It froze. There it is.
He's running on that fucking McDonald's Wi-Fi. Hello?
Yo,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Whoa.
Let's see if it fixed.
My man needs to invest in a fucking laptop or some shit. Don't you have a laptop, Six?
I do have a laptop, but it acts like fucking.
you're good
like,
now.
oops.
You're good now.
You're good now, so yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
Good
I just
now,
don't
okay.
think that race
What
is
the
not an
fuck?
issue here. Okay, I think it's 100% part of
No,
the equation.
it is an issue. I'm not saying it's not part of the equation, but also, you know, I don't like, bro, just like, you know, you guys didn't choose to be born into your race, we didn't choose to be born into ours. So like playing the, you know, white guilt game, I didn't choose to be white, homie. Like I didn't get some sort of altercation in my body. You know what I mean? So what the fuck?
Sure.
Why am I gonna like at the end of the day, it's like nobody chooses their race. Do I think that there's
Sure.
problems? Absolutely. I'm not fucking blind. Nice Call of Duty. What Call of Duty was that?
World War II.
Was
World
that?
War II.
Wasn't that before you
Yeah.
were born? Anyways, anyways, no, but like, yeah, dude. I like I said, there's too much fucking like race talk nonstop. Like, if you chose what fucking race you were supposed to be, then I can understand. Like, you froze again, but it's all right. Oh, there you go. Like,
Yeah, this fucking
What's
chair
going
is
on
getting
over there?
uncomfortable as fuck. It's hurting my ass.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Wait till you see my face. I'm knocking shit over.
I
I'm
see a
fucking
fan.
shit up. Yeah. All right.
Six is chalked.
Defreeze again.
No, I'm right here. I'm not. Wait, you all can see me, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stuffed animal.
Hey, fuck you, bitch. My girl got me that. Fuck you. Damn. I forgot what I was
Just
saying.
thinking about the stuffed animal now.
No. I actually like the race talk. I feel like this: the people who avoid conversations about race talk and everything. First of all, if we don't talk about it, I think number one, we're never going to get anywhere because we're never going to see we're never going to see get into other people's minds, see the mindsets of other people. So if we just avoid, and that's why I love awkward conversations, because I feel like if we don't talk about it, and if we don't try to help each other understand, then we're not going to get anywhere.
I agree.
And we have to try to help each other understand.
I don't think this country can get past like slavery and racism, because like I heard so in World War II there was Germany, like, and what happened with the Jews, and it was the Holocaust, right? And but the Jews had a villain. They had Hitler, and the Holocaust was called a criminal act. It was criminal. The Holocaust was a crime against humanity, basically, and it was vilified, and it had a villain, and basically it was illegal to be a Nazi after that point. Six frozen, always frozen.
Yeah, he froze again.
Slavery,
in a weird manner too.
Slavery. It was never. It is criminal. It's in the Constitution now. There was an amendment made to make slavery illegal, but slavery itself, what the country did, was never called a criminal act, and there is no villain per se here that you can hold accountable. And because
Sanders,
Colonel
Sanders, that's the villain.
Well, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it kind of just happened, and now we're just here. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, hold on. Hold on. So let me put you in this reference then. So basically what you're saying is, since it's not identified as one person, you're going to blame every single other person that had nothing to do with it.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, how are we supposed to get past it? We didn't have, like, reparations probably wouldn't even at this point fix things, because people would get reparations, and then it probably whatever that amount of reparations would be probably wouldn't be enough, and who knows what people would spend it on. You know what I'm saying? So I think if the country, like, say we had a court case against what this country did, and we vilified it as slavery, as this act was a criminal act and it shouldn't have happened. I don't know if we've had that moment here in this country where Germany
pay
has.
For this? Who
you don't
pay
need
for
to.
this?
I'm not saying we do. That's what I'm saying. We don't have to do reparations, because it wouldn't. We already have programs for minorities and stuff like that. Like, we have a lot of programs that we do here already. But what we do need is a moment of the country coming together and saying what happened was wrong, and having the conversation, and then finding a way to get past it. I don't know what the exact answer is.
You'll never get past it because there's so many ignorant people in this world that they're just gonna keep writing it out. So it can be like this. Like, I'm not even saying just about the race thing. But you can take any little problem in this world, and it'll never be gone 100%, because unless you have a fucking a mind eraser, it's always going to be brought up, and it's always going to continue to be here, and people are just going to fucking escalate it to higher and higher bullshit. So,
sure, but
here's another thing you have to think about too. So let's use an example that we were all alive for, and including Six. Six was not alive for this. Holy shit!
What?
Oh my god, 9/11.
9/11.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9/11. So by this instance, we should all still have a grudge against people that are from the Middle East.
Well, I think
that is what it was depicted.
I think 9/11 had we went into Saudi Arabia, Which, wait, we went to Iraq.
Iran.
Iran.
I was gonna say Saudi Arabia.
That's Saudi Arabia. Sorry. But again, we had some sort of clear villain, Osama bin Laden, and the country came together basically, and a lot of brown people and Middle Eastern people were accepted at least around that time. I mean, it was a very divisive time, at least for us, I think. But again, like clear villains, and we
how did they move past it?
We moved past it.
How
did we
move past it? Is my question.
We fucking went to war.
But here's the thing: we already went to war, also.
No, we went
to
Civil
War. What do you mean? That's one of the biggest.
Yes, we had the Civil War. That was a war between ourselves.
Shut the fuck up, monkey.
Right. Right. Which is literally what it was about, though, too. Like a huge portion of it was about slavery. What do you so we already went to
war. One of the biggest things in Civil War was when fucking Spider-Man came to swing in.
Anyways, so bro, so if you're going off of that like ideology, we already went to war. So if anything, we need a different ideology here because we went to war. Now you're saying, okay, the Middle Eastern
there was no clear villainy. There was no moment of getting past it. Even the country separated. There was the North and there was the South, and even after the Civil War was over, who knows when, it was sort of just a slow kind of what?
Wait. Okay. What do you mean by what do you mean by there's no clear villain? Like as far as like slavery goes.
In the Civil War, who was in the Civil War?
No. Wait. When you say there's
I
no
don't
clear
know if
villain,
we
are you talking about
vilified slavery itself or the act of slavery?
Like it was never made a.
All I'm saying,
he's saying in Germany,
is 9/11
it was actually put down as a.
I'm saying 9/11 happened. It was Osama bin Laden. We fucking murdered him. Okay.
You're saying one clear
Germany.
Villain, not like a race of people. One clear villain.
Yeah,
because if we want to get technical, the villain of slavery was white people.
Yeah, but that's a whole
that's too much. White people cannot get behind that. Nobody's gonna get behind that as vilifying a whole race of people, and it's not. But that's all I'm saying is, and Germany had Hitler.
You can't,
and he fucking killed himself.
Because here's the problem: the white people of America, like, bro, our ancestors. We have actual Native American, not like what everyone else thinks. We actually have Native American in our blood. We have all this other stuff, like Irish as well. Irish were also enslaved. Native Americans, well, we can't forget about what happened to them as well. But it's like what? So who are we focusing on then? The European Americans? Is that what the goal is?
I'm just saying we have to have the conversation.
Huh?
That's it. It was the British. The British is the cause of all evil. We found it, guys. Now we have to go back to war with the British.
Like, my point is, like, you can't deny the shit that any race has gone through. And obviously, black people especially, like, you know, even in modern times, I 100% agree. There's also a lot of things that people don't talk about with, you know, not only the white culture, but also the Native American culture. Like, I actually have a friend that married a woman on a Native American land. Do you know what type of shape those people are in right now, dude? Like how bad the not developments, what the fuck are they called? The tribes, somebody help me out. What are they called? The fucking land that they still own. No. Like the actual areas that they own. Not tribes. No.
Territory?
My God. Hold on.
Spiritual land?
Hold on. I'll think of the fucking name. He said he was married on a reservation.
Reservation.
Yes. So reservation, bro, they're in fucking shambles. Like they actually are really bad. But the government does pay them every month or whatever like that.
I thought the casinos were doing pretty good though.
No, the casinos are doing good, but most of them just get used for their status through like a white person or Indian person or something like that for the casino. Because then, if your business partner is part Native American, there's tax loopholes, whatever. Regardless, well, besides that thought, right now there's a mass genocide against white people in Africa. So it's like, there's a lot of different things that are like people just don't talk about, because it's like, who are you going to pin that against? Black people of Africa, that they're killing the white people? You know what I mean? So it's like you have to like think like there's a lot of people in Africa that probably don't even know that this shit's going on, or they are not involved. So it's like all you're saying is like those people in Africa that aren't white are the ones that are killing them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Six is scoffing over there at something.
No. I just sniffed. I just sniffed. I kind of get what you're saying. I mean, the people who use the term, my ancestors are, Irish. My ancestors are, a Native American, which, and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
The people who do that are oftentimes, or especially with people today, even though you may have those ancestors who Irish ancestors who were, in slavery, indigenous ancestors and stuff like that.
Not ancestors. This is my dad's great grandmother who was literally a Native American, like legitimately. Not
ancestry, like lineage. Like,
but I'm saying, this is my dad's grandmother. It's not like it's like I don't know the person. Like there's pictures of the woman. Yeah.
But still, other than that, it's different from living the experience. Yeah, you may have the background, but you're not going to have the experience. You're not going to have the same. Like, okay, I'm going to say an instance. Cop stops you, cop stops with me. He's not going to look at you and see no indigenous person. No, he's not going to see that. He's going to see a white American. Yeah, he's going to see you as a white dude. So while the people. And I'm not saying that you did it like this, but the people who always use that excuse that are like, oh, I got ancestry from this background, this background. They're using that as an excuse they're using it basically as an excuse to push their, I got this, so that means that, you should be fine, and all this shit. Well, no, because even though you may have that
here, though. We're not
I know, but that's the same. But that's it's part of it. It's all part of it. Because a lot of the shit back then, they beating fucking what the cops are doing shit now today. That was fucking normal back then. It's not normal now, but it wouldn't be nothing to see it.
It wasn't normal back then, though. It's just
it was normal. It was more normalized. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't more normalized back then. It was still scoffed upon. It's just you didn't hear about it too many fucking times because there was no fucking phones recording all this shit. Now that there's fucking more people with cameras and shit, and it's put into the fucking news, that's why you hear more of it.
Okay, but it
was still the same amount of fucking beatdowns it was back then. It's just they got away with it back then because there was no fucking cameras.
Okay, but still, even the white people saw it. There's been a lot of times where just like now in today's, even though they did not have cameras, it was still in the news, it was still in the newspapers, but the white people, they didn't want to say anything about it because they didn't want to get vilified by the other white people. So that's another reason why it wasn't. And it doesn't really happen like that today. You don't really see white people getting vilified by other white people for standing up to black people. They're not like, oh, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna hang you, all this shit like they did back then. They're not like that now. And I saw a video.
How far back are you going? Because I heard you fucking say hang.
No, but yeah, that's the shit they did back then. They used to kill white people for standing up for black people.
Yeah, but like, how far back are you going? Because when you said like,
I am talking about from like,
cops beating people. So in my head, I was thinking like 1960s, and then you said hangings. So now I'm going like 1870s.
Like lynchings were
either than cops. Other than cops, I'm talking about just with cops, slave owners, all of that. If a white person was standing up for a black person during slave times, he would either get beaten to death, hung to death, or whatever. And that would happen. And another thing, I heard like a lot of people are like black people are saying now, and that's another problem. This is not going to make sense, but I'm going to say it and I'm going to explain it. White people who are, I'm trying to remember how you put it. White people who are not racist are the reason why racism is still alive and well. And this is what the guy means by that. I don't know if he worded it wrong, but this is what he said. But I'm going to explain it. You have white people in your family. Say you have a whole white family.
I know what expression you're thinking of.
What?
It's the person said being not racist isn't enough. You have to be anti-racist or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. And that's another reason why it's alive and well, because if you see a white person in your family that's like, ooh, hate black people, and you just agree to disagree, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. You can't just say, oh, yeah, well, I don't feel the same way you do, but you have to, like you said, you have to be anti-racist, and that's another reason why white racism is still alive and well today, because people are not calling other people out on their shit. Especially in the white communities, people are not calling other people out on their shit.
Don't you think there's also a problem of like people not taking other people seriously? Like, for instance, like me, you, and Chooch, we get kind of racy, like when we play COD and shit like that. Like, we all just doing it out of jokes, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you were to say to me, like, yo, what the fuck was that? And you're just messing around with me, like, saying, yo, don't you fucking call me that shit, and you call me a cracker or whatever. Like, okay, it's not gonna bother me, and you're not gonna take me seriously if I tell you, yo, knock that off. Which I'm not gonna take you seriously because obviously we're fucking with each other. So don't you think there'd be like some kind of like misunderstanding too? Like people are like, he's just fucking with me. It can't be that big of a deal. And especially with like the younger generation, like the N-word has lost all fucking meaning in the younger generation. Like people are just fucking calling each other that just because. Like back in the day, it held way more weight than it does now.
I mean, still, I feel like, okay, when I was like allowing other people to make jokes without saying it, because this is the fault of the black community, I think, in my opinion. When the black community allows some white people, they pick and choose with white people to make jokes. Okay. So they pick and choose for some white people to make jokes, and they use that. And if you tell a white person that he can say racy shit and shit like that, and he's gonna use that, and we've seen it done multiple times. He's gonna use that as an excuse to actually be racy. Like he's like the N-word with the A with the A at the end and the ER. A white person.
Wait, the A and ER?
No. If a black person lets a white person say the N-word with the A at the end,
okay,
then he lets that where say an argument happens between another black person and a white person, and that black person that the white person let the say the N-word is racist, but he doesn't know that. So if a black person gets to the argument with a white person and he calls him an A, I wish I could say it. Jesus, I'm trying so hard. With the A, it's just an excuse, a slight way of not saying the ER. So that's why I think that it's just you have to pick and choose your people wisely of who you let these people say these things.
I think context matters a lot when you're using that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like I think
does.
out of since there were no reparations, I think what black people got was the ability to say whatever the fuck they wanted to say. Six can say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and we can. Cracker is. Nobody bleeps cracker, right? Nobody.
Yeah.
It's because it's not in the same way. It's not derogatory. I mean, it is, but not in the same way that the N-word has to be bleeped. You just can't say it. But Six can say it all he fucking wants, and that's what he got as reparations. He got the use of language because nobody's gonna fuck with him because nobody's gonna fuck with him. And I think there's also the fact that the country itself, the reason we're so rich and wealthy, a lot of it comes from slavery and the cotton picking and black people doing all the
laughing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Finish.
All the unpaid labor or whatever, like all the labor that black people did, and there's going to be resentment at the end of this. There's going to be, it's not going to be like everything's okay, because there's just going to be that feeling that we built the country and we're getting fucked at the end of it. But again, like race, like I think these discussions, like it has been better. Like, you know, it's not okay to be racist nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotten a lot better. So,
yeah, I mean, and another reason is just like, okay, when people say, "Oh, you can't be racist toward white people," which I don't believe in racism, but I do understand where black people come. When black people say that they hate white people, I can honestly understand where they're coming from. Not from a race standpoint, like I said, I don't like racism, but if a black person said, "All right, think about all this shit," you have a black person, say a black person starts out in slavery, all right, then he has kids, and he tells his kids those stories, and his kids go through the same thing. He has kids. His kids tell his kids the same thing, and his kids. So the younger generation of black people.
This isn't how it works, bro. Because we have so much other influences, homie.
Like what?
Social media, friend groups, fucking everything. Like we are not the product of just our family anymore. Mm-hmm. We are influenced by so much more than our parents.
Well, nowadays.
Go ahead.
No, like our where we come from as a person now is influenced through way more than just our parents and grandparents.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that you can't see why black people would have some prejudice towards white people, racial prejudice.
To a whole race?
To a whole race, yes. Because of a whole race, because the white people, that race has wronged black people the most in history. So you can't see why they would have some racial prejudice against them.
But like, okay, but you're talking from a history standpoint too, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about stuff that's affected people's lives. Wouldn't you feel like it would be racist if a white person said that the exact same thing just flipped for like black people? Wouldn't you find that to be racist?
No, because it's not true.
No. Not that like the wrongdoing or whatever. Like saying like if a white person said that they hated all black people.
For what reasons?
Their surroundings. Let's say where they lived.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were affected directly. Not their ancestors, themselves were affected directly. Whether like we know people that have been killed by black people that are white. We know people that are well, actually, no, we don't know any black people that were killed from white people. But regardless, we know white people that have been killed by black people. So let's say those people, right? What happens if they said, like, for instance, the one kid was 17 years old and got shot in Patterson. He was a white kid, adopted white kid, and he got shot by a black person. So what happens then if the parents say that they hate all black people? Like, no, isn't that racist?
And like I said before, I'm not for racism at all. And could I understand where a person? Well, first of all, actually, no. Actually, I'm gonna back up. First of all, no, I can't, because number one, okay, say a white person has a black person that kills. A white person has a son. A black person kills a son, and all of a sudden, hate black people. Okay, for a person that killed your son and throughout history, and say that's the only encounter you've ever had with a black person that harmed your family. What about the hundreds and hundreds of? It's not comparable. It's not comparable.
No, but that's it. So, like, dude, I think like I'm not like trying to take away from our history. We understand it, and it does need to get talked about more and taught way fucking better than what school is teaching it. I agree with that. But like, you're talking about things that happen to people that you probably can't even name the names of, compared to somebody that is literally from your blood. Like, somebody murdered your child. You don't think that's more acceptable than?
I see. I know what you're.
This person's great grandfather owned a black person, which is despicable, regardless. And I agree, that shit's fucking stupid. But how do you not think that like your ideology shouldn't be okay then for other races? Let's not even think white and black then. Let's think a Spanish person not liking a white person because let's say a white person pulled a fucking like Karen ass move on this Spanish restaurant, got their business shut down. Now they hate white people, regardless of the race. People will find a reason to say they hate that race because of something that happened directly to them. You know what I mean? So like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I see what you're saying, but I think both things apply. It's not. You're saying that if a black person killed a white person, their son, whatever, I hate all black people now. That
clip just that.
But I see what you're saying, and that is a part of it, but it's also like heritage, and your parents teach, like the person who are the most influenced are your parents, like the people that are around you, because it's genetics and it's environment, okay? And the things that are taught to you as a child are form your ideology way more than something that happens much later. So your parents teach, and it goes down the line, like your great grandmother taught it all goes down. They're teaching them the same things. History repeats itself. At a certain point, sure, maybe someone's mind gets changed because of a drastic event, but even then, it's not really warranted. Whereas, do you know what I'm saying? Like both things apply, but genetics and that kind of stuff like applies more to.
No, I agree.
You're stupid, monkey. Jesus Christ.
I would say I keep seeing Six laughing and like
because he like texted me some dumb shit.
But no,
I mean, this is how we get to this point where people are still have racism. It's still there because it's not just gonna leave.
No, I think there's a problem with the U.S. and the demographics of north to south states. That's literally what it is, because we don't have racist thoughts like in Jersey, bro. Literally, I think I have like two. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's because it's what you're surrounded by. Everyone has mixed friend groups. There's not like oh, you know, here's all my white.
Pretty much everyone in the world has had racist thoughts. It's not like you've gone through your whole life not having a single racist thought. There's no fucking way.
You see somebody and you have a judgment.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Joe?
I said no. Kenny shares like all of his racist thoughts. He was like, "Let me give you an example."
We all have prejudice.
Listen. You know what? You know what the difference is? Every time I have a racist thought, I make it a fucking joke, and people usually laugh at it. Like when I have racist thoughts about black people, I say the joke, fucking Six laughs at it.
You don't have malicious intent behind it. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Context matters.
None of us do.
Context matters. Like you can have racist thoughts all fucking day long, but as long as you don't fucking act upon those, or if you turn it into like comedy, for instance, instead of making it malicious, who gives a fuck? Who honestly gives a fuck?
So, like I said, I don't understand how people can say that they hate white people. I can see people saying that they hate white people's ancestors. Like, what the fuck? Just for the two people that are white in here, what the fuck did we do wrong? We did not choose this race. You did not choose yours. You did not choose yours.
You're white, and who else? Is it
okay.
Yeah, but we're not.
White, right?
No.
Wait, is everyone on the same screen? Like Six? Am I pointing at you right now?
No.
Oh.
On my screen, you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pointing at Six.
This is Monkey, Chooch, and Six.
This is Arcade down here.
Okay, we all got it different.
How you doing?
That's you. What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, okay, it's.
But we're not racist. We hopefully are not racist. Okay, racist, I'm sure. Don't
Racist
on both sides,
means
black
you have
people.
malicious intent against a race. That's what it means to me. If you have malicious intent against a certain
Or you have
race,
like a hatred.
then you are racist.
Right. Right.
But if you are making jokes about other races, everyone fucking does that. Everyone fucking makes jokes about people. Whether it's race, creed, religion, doesn't fucking matter. People make jokes about it. You're not safe from anything. And the fact that I'm going to get into another topic. The fact that there's a fucking cancel culture for all this shit is bullshit. Because you can look back at all these fucking comedians that, like, we know and love, and they're all getting canceled for shit they said fucking 10, 15 years ago. Like, people are turning into such fucking snowflakes nowadays. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, they're just fucking jokes. They're not saying it out of malicious intent. Like, just take a fucking joke, people.
Yeah, because stuff is being taken out of context. You can take a joke is only a joke within the context of comedy. You know what I'm saying? When a joke is written out as like a tweet or without the rest of the act, anything can seem like terrible.
But like, in my mind, like, if I see Kevin Hart tweet out something fucking trying to be funny, but it comes off racist, I'm like, he tried a joke, it didn't land. You know what I mean?
Dave Chappelle used to do it all the time, and that's why I think
saying.
Dave Chappelle was one of the best comedians of all time.
If you see a comedian tweet something, most of the time it's gonna be about fucking joking. Like, you know what I mean?
The line is, when is a joke offensive?
I think Six has something to say.
What, are you gonna read my text message? Are you gonna fucking expose me?
No, you know, fuck you, bitch. I'll read it. What does it say?
Go ahead.
I really wanted to say thank you for making our country rich by doing all the farming for us. That's what you say. Oh.
Hey, we're getting somewhere. I like this.
No, because in the beginning conversation, Arcade goes, well, that's why our whole fucking country is rich, is because all the black people were picking on it for us and stuff like that. So I'm like, I was like, thank you for making us rich.
When I've gotten to the point now, I mean, not with you all, but like people that I don't know, I've gotten to the point with white people where I'm just like, if they make a joke, I just can't laugh at it. Even if it's the same joke that you all would laugh at, and I would laugh at if you all made, I wouldn't laugh at it if I didn't know who the person was, because I don't know who that person is, and if they say some shit like that, then I'm inclined to think, my mind is going to be inclined to think. It also depends on how you word what you're going to say.
Well, like Dave Chappelle says it about every race, though, and everyone found it funny.
That's different because everyone knows Dave Chappelle. They know he's just joking. But if you're on fucking like a bus or something like that.
And, right, random, yeah,
there's some random old Billy Bob on the street.
Guy just makes a black joke. Yeah, people can be like, ooh.
No, even same here. That's still like, I don't think that's unnormal. I think that's like, if you don't know the person, you don't know where their heart is. From. Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree with that. Yeah. Because deep down, like, somebody could say something funny as fuck, and you'll probably laugh on the inside, but you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna give this motherfucker satisfaction because I don't know if he actually meant it.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's. Go ahead, Monkey.
I was gonna say, I know it's not like a racist joke or anything, but like, when people make, like, for instance, like fat jokes against me, if I don't know them, I don't laugh at them. But like, when like my friends like Nomo or even Joey make jokes like that, I'm just like, all right, motherfucker, all right, fuck you, you know. But when other people say it's different, so I understand where that comes from.
I think comedy. Go ahead, Six.
No, go ahead.
I think comedy is like, it's a very, like, you have to feel it out. Like, it's an energy thing where it's like, even in a comedy act, you have to really feel out the audience, and you have to, like, the comedy is saying things that are truthful, but in a way that doesn't offend. or it gets you on their side. What the fuck are you doing, dude?
Why are you pointing his fingers
Okay,
over there?
no, I was laughing because I'm gonna say something, and I might get some looks from y'all from
Go
this.
ahead. You have to
In
risk.
a way.
You have to risk offending people when you say anything.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna offend us a person.
Especially on this fucking podcast. I like to pride ourselves on the
I, in a way, I retract what I say. I condone racism. Let me explain.
These are
Just
big
a
words for you.
smidge. Let me explain. I condone racism on a small level. If a black person, and for anything, just using this as an example, if a black person says like maybe some racy shit about a white person, that's really not really racist. Say I say some racy shit about a white person. Everybody knows I'm not racist. But say I say some racy shit to a white person, just to fuck with them.
Give me an example.
I'm not gonna give you an example. If I say something just a little bit racy towards a white person, and they just start, oh, you N-word this, you N-word that, and you N-word that, I condone a little bit of racism to expose the true racists. If that makes sense.
They're being
it's not really. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not really condoning it. That's just basically doing digging to find out if the person's racist.
Well, I mean, I'm practicing it, so I'll say racy shit. I'll say racy shit to white people all the time just to catch them slipping. And if they say just a little bit too goddamn much, like, yeah, bitch, yeah, you ain't, no, I'm gonna stop you right there, motherfucker. Yeah, you're racist as fuck. But I don't know.
That's the thing though. Maybe they thought you had malicious intent as well.
Well, God, maybe I did. I don't know.
Right?
But I don't know. It's just the whole like racism shit, and it's like, of course, there's been like slavery all over, and it's like this is the thing. When they talk about black people had slaves, black people had slaves too. Yeah, they did have slaves. It damn sure wasn't based off of color. It was based off your status. If you was a rich motherfucker, you were what do they call them? Nobles, kings, whatever they call them in fucking Africa. I don't know. And if you were poor, you were a slave. White people came over to Africa like, ooh, these motherfuckers dark as hell. Yeah, this shit ain't right. We're gonna put y'all in fucking chains.
But do you think maybe it was the same thing though? Like not even making a joke at this. Do you think it was like a cheaper way to have slaves going to a country that didn't have as much money, and it just so happened that you were black? You know what I mean? Like instead of like Mexico, which was way more established than Africa. Africa had less money than the United States and Europe at that time.
What you're trying to say is you think
it was cheaper.
What if slavery wasn't race driven?
No. Like, because at the end of the day, it was because you kept the motherfuckers in chains long enough that it came down to race. But I'm saying, if those were, let's say that was an Asian country that was as poor as Africa back then, do you think it would have been the same thing? Like, do you think like how do I put it? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, Africa was such a poverty-stricken place that it was easier for them to bring people to America on this false. I don't even know what they actually told them. Like, wasn't there like a lie that they were spreading something about like America to get them on the boat? Also,
I mean,
they were telling them they can get land and like
freedom.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I kind of disagree because out of black people, okay, first of all, I think it is like a big difference because out of all of us, we are the exact opposite from white people. And Asians, you can see some Asian people that look white as fuck. Even though they do look different, facial features, they do look different. I think that people just mainly focus on the color. And out of like all the races and ethnicities, I think black people are the most different from white people, especially you go over to Africa. You go to Africa, I'd look white to them. You go over to fucking motherfucking Africa, find motherfucker look like this goddamn remote.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why I think it was mainly race driven. I could see how it could be what you're saying, but yeah, I think it was mostly race driven.
But like that's the only thing that because at the end of the day too, like I if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there also rich African people that were selling tribes to the white people? It wasn't just white people
Yeah.
taking over, like, because we didn't just take land over in Africa.
It was black people tricking other black people to get on the boat.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sure.
why aren't they also crucified for this as well? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like the Spider-Man meme where it's like pointing at a white person, pointing at a black person, and saying like we're all guilty. Like no. Like I'm saying,
I think
like
one reason is because I think one reason because well, first of all, one for the money, and two, well, there were slaves all over the place, but it wasn't based because it wasn't based off of the color. Even they were giving to them, but not knowing that they were going to treat them differently because of their color. So I think that's the main reason why they weren't. Nobody really says shit about them because it wasn't because of their color, the fucking race and shit. I mean, it's just a lot of fucking shit. I mean, and it's fucked up because one reason our history, black people's history, actually history in general, is very fucking whitewashed. And it's like you never really get to learn the real truth about the shit. And it's like, well, we can't, and it's like us as like, and it's like another thing, it just adds to the whole thing. Us fucking black people have been cut off from our fucking homelands for so long that if we research our history, it all traces back to a white slave owner. Why? Because he took us from our place, Africa. He took us from there, renamed us, gave us a new fucking name, and everything is tracked back to them. We don't know of our fucking, we don't really know of our fucking heritage, our ancestors, any of that. And it's
ain't
like,
no one give you the name Raekwon. You landed on that one.
What?
I said, ain't no motherfucker give you the name Raekwon. You landed on that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh yeah, I know that shit. Yeah,
you chose that.
No, yeah. But it's like if you with a lot of black people, if you want to research your history, unless you had some fucking, which some of the slave owners didn't rename the slave, but a lot of them fucking did. Some people gave them white ass names like Toby, what's in a John.
A lot of slaves.
Say something that might be it might be a fucking weird thought, all right? But given the circumstances now, don't you think like the slavery was like now looking at like what the America looks like compared to Africa? Wouldn't you rather be here?
No.
Such a liar. Go! No. What do you mean no?
I low key I'd rather be in Africa.
Why?
I'd rather be in Africa because well, first of all, there's a lot of things that, especially with media, gets wrong. Africa is just not some poor-stricken place filled with poverty. There's a lot of beautiful ass places there. See, there's people flourishing cities just like here. Just like we have poverty here, they got poverty here, and vice versa. It's not the media loves to portray Africa. When you see this little in the arms of an where you got fucking black kids and flies flying all around their fucking face. That's not all Africa. That's not all Africa is. They have places there that are flourishing, great places. And in some instances, I'd rather be in Africa than America.
I don't think you actually mean that if you looked up their laws compared to your laws. You wouldn't be able to do what you're doing right now. You don't have the same freedoms over there. You can't talk about what?
What?
No, I'm saying like your freedom of speech, you don't have that if you live in Africa. You don't have
That's why I don't talk to nobody. I can say what I want. Well, I'm by myself. I don't talk to nobody anyway. So what the fuck I'm gonna do?
So what you do? Be a 6'11" mute that walks around Africa?
Yeah, damn Skippy.
Okay.
I'll be in an African tribe with my dick hanging all out. I'll get one of them nudist tribes.
America isn't one of be all end all. Not the be all.
I mean, yeah.
There are other places on this planet that have freedom and rights.
Yeah. It's
not Africa.
I don't know.
Africa doesn't have the same rights as us. No,
there's actually certain parts of Africa that have a lot of the same.
I'm sure they have some. I'm sure they have rights, but not the same.
Yeah, you have to.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
I never
like.
Did the reason.
Yeah, I gotta live diseases and shit over there. Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, I don't have to, I have to worry about most of the time. Okay, most of the time I stay home, anything, but I don't have to really worry about. And it's crazy too because I would rather my fucking family, or like say my mother. I would rather see my mother get killed by a group of guys in Africa than have my mother. Let's say she got like robbed by a group of guys in Africa and she can't get killed. I'd rather.
I hope she opens the door right now.
I'd rather that happen than my mom get killed by a racist cop. I'd rather say that. I say that.
Yeah, I mean one is
America that has that shit though.
No, I'm not saying it's America that has it, but I'm in America.
Like, I'm sure if there, I don't know if there are cops in Africa. I don't know. I don't know anything about Africa, but if there are cops in Africa, I'm sure there's fucking racist ones there too.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's racist people everywhere you fucking go. You got racist people.
So why is that a driving factor for you to go to rather be in Africa then?
Well, first of all, I'm in America. Now, if I had experienced it in Africa, if I was in Africa right now saying the same shit, I'd be like, hey, I'd rather be in America. But hey, there's people in America too.
I don't understand you if you were living in Africa.
I don't know. It's just America is, like the term, like make America great again.
No, that's Donald Trump's term.
No, I know that.
Fucking term.
No, I know. Well, yeah, okay. Well, first, I don't know about that. But first,
Joe
America
Biden won, bro. We're good.
What?
He said Joe Biden.
Stop.
Okay. Well,
no.
No, he won. The sentiment is still around. Like the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Republican Party. 80% of the Republican Party will still believe that Donald Trump is the president. They don't accept Joe Biden as the president, and they're still behind Trump. He's gonna run again.
Joe Biden don't care about black people anyway. But
I don't know.
True.
No, I'm just saying dumb shit. But it may be. I don't fucking know. It's hard to tell with these fucking old ass motherfuckers.
It's fine.
But I mean, people talk about the land of the free. Really, this land isn't really free. You come here, you're not really free. It's all a fucking shit that's fucking just made up. You're not really free when you come over here. You're not. You still have dumb. If you were free to do what you wanted to do, then you would be these fucking protests and shit that happen, and these peaceful protests, these peaceful protests that they have, they wouldn't be having rubber bullets shot at them and being tear gas if you really had freedom.
I agree.
And shit like that.
If we're the land of the free, then why do we put them? Why is our prison population the biggest in the entire world?
Because the land of the free, we also probably have the most laws out of anybody too.
Then what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then what the fuck?
Because your freedoms aren't like you're free to kill whoever you want. You're free to, sell harmful things.
Like freedom
to
of
people
speech, is that
freedom of
speech?
Freedom.
Okay, I'll say this.
Barely freedom of speech if we're getting into cancel culture and we're getting into all this. You can't say whatever the fuck you want.
Sure, but that's still land of the free because there's other people speaking their mind against other topics.
Like other countries, if you speak your mind, you can actually get killed. That's the thing that you guys have to realize. Like, there's actual
there's certain countries, but it's not like most of the European countries.
We could have multiple
in most of Europe
sides of a conversation. In other countries, it's one fucking side. That's it. Here, you can have cancel culture and people that say, fuck you, cancel culture's fucking stupid. And then you can have fucking people that are like, oh, well, I'm racist. Or I'm not racist, fuck that. America, you can have whatever fucking opinion you want about any fucking thing, and no one can tell you otherwise.
I will say this. America is the land of the free for the white and the rich. That's who the land of the free. Because
how do you figure? What about Asian? What about, all these other races?
Yeah, America, and that's America, white Americans. Let's see, you. Well, when I say you, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about, you know what I mean. But slaughtered indigenous people, slaughtered black people, and we still fucking to this day we treat fucking what?
Europeans. Don't say it was Americans that slaughtered the Native Americans. That's kind of doesn't make sense. It's
So they'd
more
be European. So
it's
they would
Europeans.
but they're still in America, so that make them Americans, right?
Well, no, because that means that a person visiting here in America steps on our land. They're considered American then. Think about it. The Europeans came, they murdered, killed, raped.
So they would be European European Americans, just like we're African Americans.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when I say even though, okay, so that's still what I'm talking about. They came over here, slaughtered indigenous and black people. White people in history that treated Mexicans, treated Hispanics like shit, Latinos, they treated Asians like shit. White people are the most people, in at least my opinion, that have done all the races and ethnicities wrong. And this country was built for white people. It was built for white people. And if you were white, you went right. This country was built for white people. It was built on the backs of black people and indigenous people for white people.
A lot of is being said from you though too. It's not the same time that we're living in nowadays, bro. It really isn't. It's flipped completely opposite, and people that think otherwise are still pretty delusional. And I can explain.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'll agree with Six on the fact that this country does look upon rich people more than they do poor people, but race-wise, I think it just comes down to person, not the whole country.
Weigh in on what I said, Arcade. What is your thoughts on that?
I think that again, with the prison population, most of those people are black people. Most of the people in the prison are black people. And these laws, like before we were talking about like marijuana and shit and like drug possession, these guys got caught on drug possession and were sentenced to prison. You call it some of that stuff is a form of slavery. Okay, they do labor for cheap. Okay, and a lot of that stuff is still here. You can say we're past it. I don't think we're past it. We're only a few hundred years removed from slavery.
Right.
And
we have freedoms.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
At what cost? There are a ton of. We're a capitalist society. We're a democracy. There are democracies and stuff like that across the world. There's a lot of them that are cropping up that give their people freedoms. There are a lot of socialist countries, a lot of European countries that give their people freedoms, and they will not lock you up. Sure, maybe in Africa, sure, maybe in Saudi Arabia, they will fucking cut off your hand. They do eye for an eye fucking in Saudi Arabia. You know, they don't allow non-Muslims in that country.
Right.
And if you talk, shit against God, you would get your fucking hand cut off, or worse. There are countries like that, sure. But to say that we are a free people, I don't know.
I mean,
but I can see.
This.
I know what Six is saying. Where, I mean, again, this is like you're just until we get past this point, racism is not over. It's not over. We had Obama. Obama was dope. Okay, but
oh shit, Bob, that's my black person.
Obama was dope.
He was. I mean, okay, well, get this. If America is so free for everyone, people of color are 3 times more likely to get stopped by police. People of color are 20 times less likely to get a job over a white person. And the incarceration rate, like you said, is higher for black people.
Wait, hold on. We get to play other statistics into if you want to talk about the getting pulled over thing. Lower income communities have more police officers. That's just a fact. You're talking about the boroughs of New York, the boroughs Patterson. They have more cops than the small towns like that we live in, shit like that. So statistically speaking, more people are getting pulled over per day, per year, whatever, in those cities. And also, the predominantly are Black, Hispanic cities. So it's also, we have to talk statistics at that point too. The amount of cops and the amount of pullovers.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so like I said, if you're not white and don't have money, like you said, cops are in poor neighborhoods, and those poor neighborhoods are mostly set up of Black or Hispanic people, and they're poor neighborhoods. So if you're not white, if you're a person of color, or you're not rich or don't have a good income, you're not really free.
Well, white people are not. White people are not on the same level. We're not all on the same playing field here. We're not.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're not.
So whenever somebody brings up the cop thing, right? The thing that I always look at it, like, listen, I'm not doubting it because I have friends that are Black that also told me the same thing, like the way they were raised, like to handle a traffic stop and all that kind of stuff, and it does suck. But and I don't know how many fucking times I have to say this, I did not choose my race. I did not tell that cop, hey, I didn't stick my head out the window and go, I'm white, just to let you know, you don't have to have your handgun on you. And then he comes over with a fucking lollipop, shoves in my mouth and says, what's going on, bud? Like, why does that, like, this is the shit that pisses me off. We are not hanging our fucking body out the window, signaling that we're fucking white. We did not choose to be white. What the fuck? It makes no sense.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What are you talking?
Listen, nobody is saying you did not choose to be. Nobody chose to be born. It just is what it is. You are white.
But here's the thing. With the cop situation, you're basically saying that white people have it easier. That may be true, but you're acting like we're sticking our body out the fucking car saying, hey, we're
just
white.
Is what it is. You are
we can't
as you
control
are.
That. We cannot control
Nobody's
that. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Okay, fine. Like, you can't control it. You'll be white for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. We can physically not control.
But this,
we can't.
But what you're saying has nothing to do with.
Yes, because we cannot control to tell the cop to be more of an asshole to us. We can't physically just say, hey, draw your gun on us.
No, but what you can do. But what you can do is understand that we are not on the same playing field, and you can.
I never said we were.
You can understand that minorities and Black people are discriminated against, and our situations,
100%.
our upbringings, the way the system treats us, the way society treats us is different. That's all you need to do. Understand. And not ignore the fact by saying, I didn't choose to be white. It is just, it is what it is.
Listen, like I said, I agree. You guys have to handle any interaction with the cop differently. Maybe even interviews. I'm not sure that I've never really asked about that kind of stuff. What I'm saying, like I said, all I was saying is that at the end of the day, there's nothing physically that I can do to change those statistics and odds to be more equal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Saying that you guys get stopped more and everything.
Physically, maybe not physically by changing your skin color, but as a culture, as an individual, as a people, we can have conversation, and we can increase our consciousness, our knowledge of the facts, and we can move forward. Things are not just static. Things can change, and things are changing, and they have.
Going back to like the interview thing, so I found out something that's actually pretty interesting. You know how on like when you're running a resume, it tells you what's your race, and you have to like answer what your race is. We're the only country that does that.
Really?
A lot of other countries don't even ask about race. is all about what you know and like where you went to school and shit. It was nothing to do with race. Which I always thought was like, why the fuck do you need to know if I'm white or black or whatever? Like, how is that going to affect me getting a job?
And let me tell you something, boy. your ancestors fucked up for y'all. They fucked it up for y'all. So they fumbled the bag on this one, motherfucker. Cause if your goddamn ancestors wouldn't have got the fucking, you wouldn't be feeling the same way you would today if it wasn't for what the fuck your goddamn ancestors did.
Wait, what are you saying?
So here, can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze though.
I'm saying that his ancestors like fucked up for him, like bad. Because let me tell you, if your ancestors, if your dirty motherfuckers didn't do what the fuck they did to us, people wouldn't look at you like this. So, and I'm not putting that on you. I'm just saying.
You're gonna blame our ancestors for our life. That's completely different.
No, I'm just saying they fucked it up for y'all. Because now people look at y'all in a different light, so they fucked it up for y'all.
You can also say the same thing about your ancestors, that they fucked up your life. You guys got tricked on going onto that boat.
Well,
why you guys getting tricked so we fucking easy, huh?
There's no shot you all are comparing.
He's kidding.
Why are you so fucking gullible getting on that fucking boat? What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Well, I don't remember who exactly, but there was a book written about how this all happened, and basically is how to control people, right? Is the best way to do that is getting them to control themselves. Is getting the group of people to somehow submit, just like you're saying, like in Africa, these were black people tricking other black people. So somehow they tricked them. It got in, somebody found a way to control these people.
Which is low key fucked up. Like, you're like kind of like doing your own people dirty. Like it's. Mm-hmm. That's kind of, and I bet you it's fucked up. I bet you that wealth that they got off of that is still in Africa throughout families.
Probably. Say what you want about white people, but we don't fuck with each other.
Well, that's not true because Irish.
Y'all do the clan meetings.
What'd you say?
Y'all do it at the clan meetings.
Oh, now we got like.
Yeah, that's kind of brotherhood. What do you mean? You don't fuck with each other if you're in the same clan.
It's like
we still got weird shit with like Joe Biden and Trump and like liberals and conservatives, and there's always some divide here.
Yeah, it's just we're never gonna get past. I mean, and one thing I hate is when white people, when they try to talk about black people and how they should handle things. Not saying that you all are trying to do that, but black people and how they should try to handle things. I hate when white people try to speak on black business because, first of all, it's not your business, number one. Number two, you're not gonna. You can say what you would do.
That's very controversial what you're talking about, by the way, with the BLM, because they want people to fight for black people. So what you're talking about right now
No, they want people. No. I know that. They want them to fight for them, but they want them to fight for them and stand for them and see what's happening to them is wrong. But still, no matter how much they stand up for them, they won't know the experience themselves.
Oh no,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And of course,
a bunch of Karens.
BLM, we want allies. Yeah, BLM, we want allies. We want allies from everywhere, not just black people. Yeah, and then, but it's just when they try to speak on how they would have done stuff. It's like you can't do that.
Like when you're telling me about when that girl told you, that word is offensive to your people.
Yeah, shit like that. Shit like that is
because
like
it's cool to take up a cause nowadays. If you don't have a cause, you're gonna take up someone else's cause because of social activism and all these people who their life is protest, but for no other reason than like there's no intrinsic motivation to do it. It's just like people are doing this BLM thing.
I'm here.
go to some protests that
It's
I don't.
like certain people. I won't get into this. I won't get into it because I know if I'm gonna get into it, it's gonna. But certain people who say they support BLM, we all know people. I don't know if you saw the interview with people like Kyle, people like that kid.
Who?
Kyle Rittenhouse?
People like that.
Oh,
Yeah, people like him say he's supports BLM. You can tell when motherfuckers support BLM and when they don't. You can, if you're black, especially if you're black, you can tell. Motherfuckers like him, they just say that shit. Like he said, like Arcade just said, it's trendy now to be an activist. It's just trendy.
I agree.
He crossed state lines to fucking do what? To bring a gun into a protest and
yeah.
I mean,
you know
some
what's
of it
fucked
is
up?
self-defense.
This might be controversial, but I mean, what hasn't been so far, right? I almost feel like the amount of white people that joined in on the BLM actually took away from it more than did help, because it almost seemed like it was trendy instead of like wholesome, like society coming together. Does that make sense? Six froze.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people don't know what BLM.
Paraphrase what you just said.
Basically, the amount of white people that supported the BLM and were in the riots and shit almost delegitimized the BLM because it almost came off too trendy. And if it was more black people instead of like a lot of white people as well, I feel like it would have shown more of that society and their frustrations instead of like.
The thing is, though, if they didn't let as many white people in as they did, then people would definitely suspect that it's just like race driven, which BLM is not race driven. It's just saying like, hey, us black people aren't gonna stand for your shit no more.
Like it's about cop
reforming
and shit like that.
You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about this subject.
No, man, that's what we do, motherfucker. We talk about shit. And I mean, it's like I do agree with you, but like I said, a lot of the black people there that were like started the riots and shit, and like they weren't there for the BLM, but a lot of them were there really to get free shit. A lot of them were assholes, wanted to cause trouble. They didn't. Those weren't the Nick. Those weren't the black people that cared about BLM. They ain't give a fuck. They're opportunists.
Do you think?
But there's always going to be that
backlash for it.
What?
Do you think that they received backlash for doing what they did, or do you think it was just kind of brushed off?
No, hell yeah. Now BLM is bastardized because of people like that.
No, but I'm saying, do you think that like if black people went to the BLM protests and then ended up starting to do the looting, do you think that they are almost like pushed out of the BLM movement? Like fuck off.
Yeah. We don't accept them. We don't, because you're taking away from our cause. You're taking away from our cause. So once you do that, you don't really care. So get the fuck out of here.
I got a question.
And as far as like what?
Why is it every time I talk to you, it's every fucking time there's some kind of fucking race talk?
Race talk is low key kind of fun. I like it. I like to do it. I like to do it because, first of all, I like to have intelligent conversations. When you talk about race, it can be intelligent conversations, and I like to help people understand where I'm coming. Like I said, if we don't talk about it, people are not gonna understand. We're not gonna help people. That's why we need to have these conversations. And I feel like it's nothing. Critical race theory, I feel like it needs to be taught in school, because what they're teaching now is absolute bullshit in school.
Well, critical race theory
that needs to be taught.
Got some.
You know, he froze.
There's some crazy shit in there.
Yeah, there is some crazy shit.
The point of critical race theory is that it all boils down to race, and I think some of that should be taught, but not exclusive.
Yeah, and I feel like some of it should only be taught at certain levels. You shouldn't be telling a goddamn fucking kindergartner like, "Hey, bitch, You're white. You're evil.
This is the same thing with like the gender studies
start 'em off
too.
young. Fuck that.
They're teaching people about gender fluidity and stuff like that, and
Don't even get me started on that.
but it's like the same kind of thing. It's like, why bring it up here?
If you want to get into some controversial shit, we can get into some controversial shit.
Do you think I'm afraid? Do you think this conversation is?
No, but like the gender.
I just don't think we got
bullshit,
time.
That is.
I think
just,
we should. It's been 2 hours, 2.5. I think we should leave it for another day.
Yeah, this has already been a long one.
Yeah.
I think 6 froze, and now he's just a picture. It looks like a Tinder profile picture.
Yeah, right. What the fuck?
I'm an edgy gamer that likes to take long walks on the beach.
This is a pretty good picture. Oh.
Kenny is cropping 6 right now and gonna put it into the Discord.
No, I don't know. I forgot how to fucking take a screenshot.
I was just about to do a snippet thing.
I was recording anyway, so I got it anyways on video.
But yeah. Man, this is interesting.
Let's wait for him to get back, I guess.
You know, we gotta figure out how to like start these things. By the way.
Sorry, my bad. It is raining like a motherfucker over here, and it's like storming and shit. My power was like flickering. But where did we leave off?
That we were about to end it there before we started to talk about fucking gender bullshit.
Oh, gender bullshit?
No, we're not talking about it. We're gonna save it for a different day.
Oh, god damn it!
Because that's a whole.
Because we don't got 4 hours.
It is.
We got 7 hours.
That's a long ass conversation that I'm not even gonna say anything about right now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest. I think my brain is like fried for the night. I'm like, it was just fucking gone.
Regardless, I think it was.
Did you think this was where it was gonna go? Anyone think?
Well, now I'm gonna go to bed and I'm just.
We started with Spider-Man.
We started with fucking Spider-Man, and then that just took a whole fucking left turn. But
no, but honestly, I think this conversation went good though. Like being able to express views from different, races, parts of America, what we were brought up on, shit like that. Like I do agree with 6. Like these types of conversations, I think they kind of get overlooked in friend groups because it's controversial. Same thing with politics. Like I can talk politics with Nomo all day long, and it is what it is. Like we can get over it. Kenny, not so much, yeah. But it's like these types of conversations need to happen in order for progression, because if you never hear the other person's side, then you don't know how you're handling things. Obviously could be affecting other people, and vice versa. Like how they're handling it could be affecting you. So these types of conversations are needed in friend groups, and I think it's that's another thing, dude. I think schools need to start teaching this to people. You people should have debate classes. You need to be able to have discussions with people that are in depth and show emotion of an interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Schools or just memorize some facts and doesn't teach you shit, bro.
No.
They really
I don't remember shit from school. What part of that was useful? Math?
I know some bitch was.
I got calculators, bro. I got Google.
Yeah, I don't need that shit. I remember some bitch was up there talking about a fucking trapezoid or some fucking shit. I can't.
Fuck a trapezoid.
She had big titties. She had big. Oh my fucking. That fucking math thing. She had some big ass titties though. Damn, I wonder how old she is now. She was in kindergarten. Damn, that's been a while. She probably old as fuck.
Just a quick little thing off that real quick. Bro, I think it was my sophomore year of high school. I had a friend sitting next to me, right? And we're in fucking one of the calculus classes, and I was talking with him during our first day of class. And we were taking some sort of quiz just to see what you knew and if you were stupid or not, essentially. And I'm talking with him, so she thought I was cheating, and she wanted to set an example with me, and I was like, okay. She's like, I want you to write on your paper right now, I get a 0 because I cheated. And she starts walking back to her desk, and I raised my hand, and I was like, how big do you want me to write it? And like from that point on, bro, she just knew I was like an absolute asshole. And she didn't fuck with me the rest of the year. She was like, okay, this kid's gonna be an issue.
Oh my god. You was one of them motherfucking smart ass motherfuckers.
Oh hell yes, bro. Hell yes.
Listen, how big you want me to write it? I remember one nigga.
You're fine. You're fine.
Can I say it? Like, I'm like scared to say it.
You're good. You're good.
Dude, this is all recorded.
All right.
So you can just fucking either cut it out or bleep
Oh
it.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Bleeping
I mean,
shit. Just
the more you say it, though, the more work you're gonna make for Arcade. So just be mindful.
Yeah, I
of
don't
that.
want to make too much. I don't want to make too much work for Arcade. But real quick, this dude was in our class, and like that basic teacher line. He was being loud as fuck. That basic teacher line. Why do I hear talking? It's like he's talking loud as fuck. He's like, "Cause you got ears, you dumbass." See, like dead ass said that shit.
Why do I hear you talk?
These
fucking teachers, like, they got egos, bro. They think they fucking own shit.
They got egos as fuck.
Like, shut the
bro,
fuck up. They don't know their shit.
I told the teacher off the one time in high school. It was my senior year, and I didn't know she was a teacher. Like, so let me just put you into perspective. Our high school was so small amount of people that we actually rented out half our high school to another school. Not even kidding.
What the fuck?
Dead ass. So we had gym class. We were waiting outside, and the school that was in there was still in there, and they have like social anxiety and some disabilities and stuff like that. And this girl starts walking out of the gymnasium, and I'm like standing there talking to my friends, and then she goes, "Move." I was like, "Who the fuck are you, bitch?" I was like, "Don't talk to me like that." Oh, big dilf, don't do that. No. But I was like, "Bitch, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?" And then she goes, "I'm a teacher," and I was like, "And I'm a student that doesn't give a fuck." And then she was like dumbfounded, bro. And then she didn't even report me or anything. She just kind of moved on, like all right, fuck. Like now I know why we can't socialize with these kids because goddamn. It was fucked up, but yeah.
That's funny as fuck. That was funny as fuck when you said that. Like, who you think you're talking to? You remember that SpongeBob episode where like Mrs. Puff and Patrick were like both in Patrick and SpongeBob were both in boating class, and like SpongeBob took him, and Mrs. Puff said something to Patrick, and he's like, "Who's the fat kid talking to?"
That's the teacher, Patrick.
Oh shit, that's just funny. Fucking idiot.
Who's the fat kid talking to? Oh man.
Yeah, man, but I'm glad. It would have been nice if fucking Blakers was here, but he fucked that one up.
Yeah, so he can have his fucking Confederate flag in the background.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder.
No, he actually does.
Was it? He does? Oh,
yeah,
no.
On his bed.
That's it. I can't even. I can't eat him. I can't eat him.
You a basic white chick now? I can't even.
I can't even.
Give me my Starbucks.
Yeah. Get my Starbucks.
So how do you want to sign this off?
Goodbye.
What the fuck?
Bye, bitch. Tune in next time to the DysFUNctional family.
There we go, baby.
Even the sign out is dysfunctional. Look at this fucker.
It's fucking perfect. It's fucking perfect.
Oh shit. Oh shit.